Welcome to the 7 pivotal steps to becoming an effective game-changer reformer. This is a journey of transformation. Come with a listening ear, for the words you will hear will ignite and activate you. Come with a willing heart to act on the decisions you will be encouraged to take at the end of every video session. Come prepared to be transformed into a reformer and to take action. I ask that as you walk through this journey with me, that you walk with the 3 C's. What are the 3 C's? Courage, consistency, and commitment. Do not exit the process. Learn to push through to the other side. For those of you who did the mini course, in the second video, I highlighted 3 of the distinguishing attributes of an effective game-changer reformer. I mentioned on that mini course that there were 9 other attributes. I believe each of these attributes can be learned and imbibed. It is a process very much like that of a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. As you transform your way of thinking, the way you act begins to change. Changing the way you act can change your surrounding environment and your situation. There's a famous transformation agent that I hold in very high esteem that asserts, and this is what he says: where there is no internal transformation, there cannot be external progress and development. So there's first internal transformation before you get external development. The 12 attributes together create and embed the reformer's mindset into an individual that is willing, that is intentional, and committed to becoming a reformer. So how does this happen? Let's first of all look at the definition of mindset. The British Dictionary defines mindset as the ideas and attitudes with which a person approaches a situation, especially when these are seen as being difficult to alter. The Cambridge Dictionary defines it as a person's way of thinking and their opinions. The reformer's mindset generates thoughts and designs ideas that changes narratives. I'm convinced that it is unique, it is different, and it has the ability to rewrite stories and destinies. That's what makes it so exciting. Internal transformation can be uncomfortable and even sometimes it's daunting, but if you do not exit the process, you become a formidable reformer. Internal transformation changes your mindset. The reformer's mindset attacks every problem with a solution in mind. It does not give up easily. It does not have a plan B. So one of the things that I would like you to think very carefully about is that you must learn to push through and overcome adversity, as it is important that we do not fight against our cocoon development. You know how a caterpillar becomes a butterfly? That process of being in a cocoon is exactly what happens to you when you are becoming a reformer. There is a period when you are put in a cocoon and you go through certain experiences, and adversity being one. You've got to learn how to stay and not exit the process, so that at the end of it all, you become that beautiful butterfly that's able to fly and achieve purpose. As you go through this course, I will teach you and help you to embrace adversity. There are 12 distinguishing attributes, and in the second video of the mini course, I highlighted 3 of them, namely, reformers are sound shapers, reformers are history makers, and they are risk takers. In the next few videos, we'll be looking at the additional 9 distinguishing attributes. Each video will cover at least 3 attributes with worksheets to complete and questions to answer. This video covers the next 3 attributes, and that is: a reformer is a solution carrier, an indispensable piece of the puzzle. A reformer is a radical love carrier. And the third is a reformer is transformational, not transactional. So let's look at the first one. A reformer is a solution carrier, an indispensable piece of the puzzle. What does that mean? I'm a firm believer in the truth that every individual carries a solution to a problem in society. We are all solution carriers. The solution we carry can be likened to a puzzle. We need to be trained and taught how to deliver the piece of the puzzle that we carry. And we need to be trained to deliver that piece masterfully and effectively. Reformers, once trained, can deal with the root causes of monumental problems that nations face. They don't deal with the superficial. No. They don't deal with the mundane that can easily be solved without sleepless nights and that can be solved without sacrifice. This is why, in my opinion, reformers are not just consultants. They carry the piece of a puzzle that solves a problem that will impact lives today and tomorrow and for generations to come. So my question to you is, what solution do you carry? Which puzzle are you a part of? Let us examine an example that will help you understand what I am saying. William Wilberforce carried the solution to the end of slavery and the reform of moral values for 19th century England. He did not work alone, but was part of a larger group called the famous Clapham Group. William Wilberforce was born on the 24th day of August 1759 in Hull, and he was the son of a wealthy merchant. Notice he studied at Cambridge University, where he began a lasting friendship with the future Prime Minister, William Pitt the Younger. In 1780, Wilberforce became a member of Parliament for Hull. His lifestyle changed completely when he became an evangelical Christian. And in 1790, he joined a leading group known as the Clapham sect. This change in his mindset prompted him to become interested in social reform, particularly in the improvement of factory conditions in Britain. Also, the abolitionist Thomas Clarkson had an enormous influence on Wilberforce. He and others were campaigning for an end to the slave trade. Wilberforce was persuaded to lobby for the abolition of the slave trade, and for 18 long years, he regularly introduced anti-slavery motions in Parliament. The campaign was supported by many members of the Clapham sect and other abolitionists who raised public awareness through pamphlets, books, rallies, and petitions. Pay attention to that. In 1807, the slave trade was finally abolished, but this did not free those who were already slaves. It was not until several years later, in 1833, that an act was passed giving freedom to all slaves in the British Empire. Wilberforce died on July 29, 1833, a few days after the act was passed. He lived to see the change that he fought and died for. William Wilberforce experienced personal transformation that equipped him to stand resolute and determined to reform a system that cost him his entire life. He understood his purpose. He accepted the assignment and then collaborated with those that would facilitate the achievement of the assignment. He had a special advantage. He had a lasting friendship with the Prime Minister, who wouldn't have that advantage. He ran for office and became a member of Parliament. He had political influence, the power of influence. He used this influence and the power released through collaborative effort to do the seemingly impossible, the execution of deep-seated societal reform from the very roots. William Wilberforce was a solution carrier that executed his mandate. Now I'm going to encourage you to design a solution carrier worksheet that defines your solution and the solution that you carry.